Hey everyone, it's Monica. Welcome back to Homeschool Voices. If you need a free curriculum that is easy to access, it's online, easy peasy might just be for you. I am interviewing the creator today, Giles.
So the top of the page is the next thing. Courses are set up. Do you want to look at what that preview is?
Yeah.
That's actually another new feature we added. Eventually, we may have the kids getting their lessons this way. This is something we just added. You can click on that, the parent, and you can see all of their assignments for that day all in one place.
Cool. That is cool.
So it's kind of nice. You can just check on everyone. You can switch the student right on this page. Anyway, so you can just see what everyone's supposed to be doing. Sometimes it's nice to just check in, like, are they supposed to be doing a worksheet? Do they have it printed out? Or, you know, a kid that likes to avoid writing, but you see they're supposed to write a story that day. Like, it's good to know ahead of time, like, to be prepared. Know what you're up against that day. So anyway, you can go back.
I need
Yeah.
something. Oh, tell me, maybe you're going to get to this, but I was curious when I'm looking at it. So what if I need to print out something? Where do I go? Or does the child, can they easily do it themselves on here?
It's right in. Let's go ahead and go to the student page because if we don't have an assignment with something to print out right here, I can't show you. So just go up to the top and go back to. Let's go back to settings. Once we get to the assignments, I'll show you how the printing. So just a few things, like on the right hand side, just links. So to turn off the lights, it starts with this white background. If you turn off the lights, if you click on that, it makes it like a dark blue background on the student page. And then that show did more. If you like hover over that little information circle thing, it'll like give you some information too. So you know what it is. The did more. The way it's set up, it gives your child, you know, lesson one. They do lesson one. You check it off, and that's it. If you click that. After you click off that lesson one's done, it gives you the option, do you want to do lesson two, lesson three? So if you or your kid likes to work ahead, it gives you that option of doing more than one lesson at a time. So you're not just trapped into like, here's today's lesson.
Nice.
Anyway, that's what those are. So let's go to another Test Kiddos page there at the top.
So here's their page. This is their page then.
So this is the student page. So normally you log in, you go to that page, it had those two blocks with the Test Kiddos on it.
Yeah.
And they would just click on their name.
Okay.
Like, you don't have to go to the parent page ever again if you don't want to. It's all set up.
Cool. Well, maybe at the very end, we'll just do that.
After you're finished a year, you know, you set up for the new year, you do the set level again, choose the next grade level. But you know, every day is just going to move forward by itself. You don't ever have to go in there and change the day to the next day. It's going to do it itself.
Okay.
So they click on, they're just going to go through and click on their lesson. So anytime you click on like a course name in that MyEP, it's going to take you to, you know, this course page on All-in-One Homeschool. And it jumps you down to your lesson. So there's lesson 15 at the top. So this is just the lesson page. The 180 lessons are right here on this page. You can scroll up and down and see every assignment.
Quick question, do I have to mark, I think you may have already answered this, but do I have to mark that it's completed, or does it just move ahead to the next day automatically, whether or not it completed it?
No, you have to complete it for it to move on.
Okay.
So, I mean, the good thing is if you don't get it done, it's waiting for you the next day.
There, so then they just
and all the
do their assignment.
Yeah, and all the resources are there, right? And it's all free. It's just using free online resources. The exception would be a worksheet, which we will try and find in a minute here. But once you can see the color of the block changed when they click. So that's one thing a parent can do. If you like checking on your phone, you can see where they're at. You can tell that they've clicked on this link at least. And then when they're done, they're supposed to click on that needs work there.
Okay.
And then it'll disappear and turn into the checking things. So that alerts you. They're saying they're done that assignment. They're ready for you to check. I just check once a day. I don't like check as they go along. Usually at lunch we check and see where everyone's at. So it did more option turned on. So if they completed more, they can check off more and stuff.
So did more options. So what does that mean? What do I do?
So if they completed lesson 6, so right now 15's marked, it's done. If they did lesson 16, you can check that off. Like on that.
Oh.
Like when you went to lesson 15, it was just the whole course. They can do as many assignments as you let them do. We just do one at a time.
Okay. Cool.
But that's what that's for.
Yeah, so you can do a couple of lessons and then you would check that you did it.
Check off. Yeah, so if you did lesson 17, you would check that off. And then like you checked off 16, so it shows up there in dim, like 16 is complete there. And so I'll show you what that looks like when we're all done. If you want to go ahead and check reading 4 off like you did it.
Okay, so let's say, oh yeah, right. I said needs work and I go like that. Okay.
So let's go ahead to the language arts page because we'll be able to find something to print out there.
Okay.
Math, reading, and language arts for All-in-One Homeschool, we have made offline versions of those courses. So at the top of the page, you'll see, you know, picture of a book and some links. And in the lesson 1, like the first day, it'll make mention, usually, I think, to let you know that there's an offline version if you want. Some people like you know, everything's low cost. You know, it's maybe $9 for a workbook of 180 days. Some people like to have it just so that if they're out in the car one day or they have appointments or whatever, they have that so they can do it in their workbook that day instead of having to be on the computer.
Yeah.
So, but you can do it completely offline. That's an option for some of those courses, math, reading, language arts. So the printables workbook is the online, the worksheets for the online course. So it's something like math and language arts for the younger kids will have worksheets that you print out as you go. You know, throughout the course, they're marked with an asterisk. So we'll go find something like that so you can see. But we also offer them all as a workbook. So those are usually about $5. So you don't have to print.
How do I find those workbooks?
So if you scroll up on the page, I mean, some people, we offer them to, you can print the whole thing as a PDF packet as well. You can print it all at once. So right here, so to work online, you can print the worksheets or buy the printables as a workbook. So it's all there available to print. You can print it as it comes up in the lesson, like on that day. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked on that. This is like a big,
forever.
big PDF.
Look at it. It loaded.
There you go. It's loading. So it's 45 pages. So like 44 worksheets or something.
And this is for that grade level for language arts, and you just print it out.
Yeah, so it's not something like people will be like, it's missing pages. Well, it's not a worksheet for every single day. That's what the workbook is for the offline course.
Okay.
But yeah, this is just like where in the online course it says print out this worksheet because they're going to write sometimes. You know, they're not just going to do online games.
And you can just put it in like a little binder, and the kids.
So yeah, so some people print it out. Some people like have like taken it to Staples and printed and bound, and then they're like, that costs more than buying it as a workbook, you know, because it's just from Amazon and get free shipping. It's not a lot of money.
Oh, they think they're $9 or $10. They're not much.
Oh no, the printables are like $5, I think.
Oh, yeah, they're not much money.
It's not. It's not. I mean, it's as low as. I mean, Amazon gets most of the money. Like we're not making all the money up. Amazon makes way more than we do off the books.
Yeah.
They give us a limit of how low we can offer the books for. But if you scroll down, let's see if we can find a worksheet somewhere. Or I don't know if you can do Control F and search for an asterisk. Do you know that trick?
Yeah. Oh, right there.
So here's the first day. It has a little note to tell you what the asterisk means. It means it's a worksheet for this lesson. So here it is. This only has one assignment, so it's not really confusing which one, but it like marks each, like the specific assignment. It tells you at the heading. Because this all existed before there was such a thing as, you know, workbook printables and packets and things. We had it marked so parents could see ahead of time if there's something to print. This isn't the easiest way to do it, but you could just go right here and, you know, on that day, you can teach your kid how to click on that PDF and print it out. So they're all linked right in the assignment as well.
So where it says alphabetical order, is that the
worksheet? That's a worksheet.
It's
you could just print it out like that as you go along if you want to. You don't have to do it all at once.
Nice. So that's literally a PDF for just this one worksheet?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. And what about if I downloaded the whole packet? Would it say, I didn't look, did it say a lesson 11 on top?
Yeah, it'll say lesson 11 in the top corner.
Awesome.
And we just changed. It said they used to be days, now they're lessons. So like some places where one of my sons is going through and changing all the days of lessons to so that we just have the day number for what day you're on and then the lesson number for lessons. So if you ever see something that's like different, or if you bought an old, used copy or something, it's a day on it, it's exactly the same, just the word changed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because you pretty much have a lesson day for everything except for that one math course, basically.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, nice. So we got that. I know how to print out worksheets. It's at the top of the each. So if I click on, we did My Easy Peasy. We made their little day of work. So one of my questions was, what if I just want to do one thing? Well, I would have just deleted everything else except for that, say, the math course. And then I go to the top and it says either print these worksheets, or where was it? Print the worksheets or buy them right here.
So something like history and science, they're not offline, but they have like these printables so that you don't have to, like these workbooks. You can print them all at once if you want to put them in a binder like that, or you can buy it as a workbook, or you can print them off as you go one at a time. That exists for the history and science. We just don't have the whole offline version of this.
So it sounds like if someone wants to do everything with Easy Peasy, they need to go. They need to make the account like you walked me through. And then if they wanted to print their own, which I'm getting to where from my printer, I think it's just cheaper to buy them, especially since they're so cheap. That's what I would do. But if they wanted to print it, they would need to first print all of the packets for the different courses. And I would probably just put them in one binder with dividers. That's what I would do.
I would. No? What I used to do, because we didn't have workbooks when my kids were in the younger grade. My youngest is in second grade, so I still have a little one. But just print them out as you go. And if you have like 4 kids, you don't need to print out math and language arts for each of them, and the history and the science. It's a lot at once. Some people love doing that, and they love their binders, and they love having all that, and that makes some people really happy. But you can just start using it, and as you go, just print the worksheets when you need them.
Makes sense, because little kids can learn how to, hey, click here, press print, turn the printer on. So
it's not hard. They learn. Okay, so let's go back to my EP so we can finish our day.
This is here, right?
Because that's an important piece. Now you added all these courses on, so now you have to click on needs. You have to click on needs work and mark them all complete.
Check them all off.
Don't forget language arts there.
Oh yeah.
But the time for a break is just plays a random song for a few minutes, and we just call it our dance exercise break. Our kids usually play 2 songs, so we have like a little exercise. You just run crazy and stuff. My kids like doing that. And then I stretch. That's what I stretch. That's why I stop and stretch while they're running crazy. So
I love it.
That's part of our day, yeah. So now scroll up to the top so you can see what happened when you finished. Oh, so there's drawing and painting that you added from the extras page. And it also had your piano that you typed in.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Those show up at the bottom there. And your extras, your special for the day was music, showed up there.
Okay.
But not computer, right? So those showed up at the bottom of the page there.
Oh yeah, they did.
Okay. So I scroll up because I want you to see how to mark the day complete.
Awesome.
This is your last step to finish off this. Now this green check mark wasn't there before, and now it's appeared. So once you click that, then it'll go ahead and click it. It will set everything for the next day. You can see it moved to day 2. Everything's its original color. So we clicked lesson 16, so now it says 17. For reading, we clicked lesson 1, so now it says lesson 2. So it's all ready to go for the next day. And you can see it added points. They get 100 points for everything you check off.
Oh, cool.
And there's nothing to do with that. We haven't set up any system for that. We just use it for my kids get like pick an ice cream flavor. Like at the grocery store, they'll pick the flavor and like put their name on the box, like this is mine, you know, for like a special cereal or food. You know, my boys want food. Or one earns points to play a board game with me because I'm so bad at wanting to take an hour to sit down and play a board game. So like they can earn points to buy a board game time with me.
So they can use it as a little incentive once they get to a certain amount of points.
We just made our own little family chart for that. So you can use it however you want. So on the parent page, you can add and subtract points.
Oh, cool. You can add a bonus or give a demerit.
Yeah. If they're done by lunch, if you have a kid who can't finish on time, you know.
Yeah.
An extra 50 points if you can be done by lunch.
Nice.
At the top there, that's like a little announcement. Sometimes that'll change throughout the year. Right now, since the beginning of the year, new people using it, that's like people need to know to click on needs work to change that.
Okay.
That's just a little announcement. That'll be a link. It's probably a link now. It probably goes to a video showing you how to do that. And you can click the X to get rid of the announcement if that's in your way. But that's one of my ways I try to get information. You know, we're always trying to figure out ways to get information across to people. Scroll to the bottom, there's a link to the parent settings. Oh, you can put back, okay. At the bottom of the page, there's a link. All over, there's links to the different pages. Okay. To where that student name section is, down under the points, under there, it's the students section. There's add students. I mean, that's pretty clear. So click add student, just add student, yeah. Oh, you clicked on edit student. Oh, you added a student, then edited the student. Okay, here you go. Never mind. You're good. You're good. Stop. Oh, I don't know.
I was right.
Okay, you are. Now you have extra students. Sorry. Now you have two. So you click on add student, then it gives you the box to put its name in.
Okay, yet another.
Its name. Put its name in. There you go. Save. Anyway, so you would, set level and theme. You go through that for each student. And you can delete student if you did like I just caused you to do and added an extra student. You can put delete student and get rid of your blank student 3 that you did.
Okay, so it tells you who you can remove. Okay, cool.
So anyway.
Oh, one more question. So if, I don't even know if what about like diplomas and whatnot and doing everything you need for high school and all that?
So Easy Peasy is used in every state. It's used around the world. Our kids go to college. It can be done. Every state has their own homeschool laws. Mm-hmm. So you need to know, how it's done in your state. In Pennsylvania, our homeschool evaluator at the end of the year can sign the child's diploma, and that is recognized as a state-recognized official diploma. Okay, super nice for us in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
In other states, they want you to go through an umbrella program that oversees that you've completed the state's requirements for what you need for high school, and they sign off, and it's an official thing. Some people, they write to go to homeschooldiplomas.com and print their kids a diploma, hang it on the wall. You've graduated, yay. And it doesn't matter because some colleges want to know you have an official state diploma, but what you send to a college, you don't send them a diploma with a seal on it. That's what you send to college. You send a transcript.
Yeah.
So what you need is a high school transcript. But you need to know, like, your state, what is required for high school students to complete. It can be different. If you're trying to get to college, look at some colleges. What are they going to require? Do they just let homeschoolers just come? Some colleges are recruiting homeschoolers. They want homeschoolers. It's not like it's difficult to get to college as a homeschooler. But you need to just know what your goal is and make sure you looked into it a little bit. Some colleges, you're not going to care that you would just have a homeschool.com diploma. They just want, you fill out a transcript and you send it in.
I'm sure
my daughter got a full scholarship. She was homeschooled the whole time. We didn't use any programs.
There's websites where you can make a little transcript or something like that.
So on the site, we have blank transcripts to fill in example transcripts.
Nice.
Let's something I should probably work more on, but it's, yeah, we have all that there to help. It's easier to get to college than to get into high school as a homeschooler. Like some people think, oh, I'm going to homeschool up to 12th grade, and then 12th grade will go into high school. They think that's going to help with college or something. That's harder to do than to just go to college. It's easier to go to college because the states, the high schools have the right to not accept your homeschool credits. Each school, like itself, can decide if they want it or not. So you've completed Algebra 1, and then you go to the school and they're like, we're not going to accept that. They have the right to say that. So some schools are great about it and welcome you in, and it's no problem, but I don't know everyone's local school, what experience they're going to have. So just something to keep in mind. I think high school is the best time to homeschool. Some people, that's like, I don't want to touch high school. But you just need to know, like, it's easier to homeschool all the way through high school and go to college than to try and transfer in the middle of high school. We've had EP students, like, have to take a final to prove they've passed Algebra 1, or whatever. Like, we've had students, and they passed. I mean, they were able to do it, but we've had kids have to fight to get those credits accounted for them and stuff.
Wow, so, I never even thought of that.
And there's different things. You can look into umbrella programs that will like certify their accredited programs. And the Easy Peasy is big enough that people know about it, and these programs know about it. We have, the NCAA at this point knows about Easy Peasy. Easy Peasy kids have gotten NCAA scholarships.
Wow.
We got our, had to go through all the hoops with them to show them what our curriculum was to get it, approved and stuff and accepted by them. So it all can be done. But yeah, you have to learn your state. You have to know what your path, where you're headed. You need to do a little. I can't tell everyone like this is what's going to happen and what you need.
Yeah, but that's good to know that the website has a section where you can fill out a transcript. So that's really good to know too. Well, I think we pretty much covered everything, and I can't tell you how grateful I am. Like I said, I know you know it like the back of your hand, but it was just very helpful to have you walk me through it, and I think it's going to be really, really helpful for a lot of people. And I'm so excited to help people walk them through this because, like I said, there's so many people that are coming out of the public school system, and they feel like they were blindsided, and they don't even know where to start. Right. They really don't have the funds at all, and so this is going to really help a lot of people. So thank you so much.
Thanks for helping them. Thanks for being there for them.
That's about it. I hope it was really helpful. It was helpful to me. If you have any more questions, please ask them in the comments below. If you like this video, please click thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, please click subscribe and the notification bell next to it. In the meantime, happy homeschooling and have a great day.